So today we're going to talk about the EngineStat 1966 Toronado with fuel injection one more time at least. We're making good progress on the car. We're going to show you some engine changes. But we're also going to show you that the car is ready to be painted. We are doing the final body alignment. You can see here we've finished some of the interior. Normally we wouldn't do the interior until after the paint. But in this particular case, we have quite a lot of electronics in this car. Custom electronics, EngineStat, etc. And we wanted to make sure that all that was in there and working before we went through the paint process in case we had to make any changes. You can see that we've finished the headliner as well. We've decided to go ahead and do that. So we will be beginning to paint the car, and we will show you in our future installments so the processes that we go through to paint cars. We don't paint that very many cars, and when we do, we put a lot of care into it. Over there in the corner is a 67 Eldorado that's going to be in process very soon. So we will show a couple of things that we've done to the engine since our last video. Okay, we want to show you that we did a couple of modifications since our last video. We added a cold air intake system to our 1966 EngineStat Oldsmobile Toronado. You see these hoses here. We set them up to look original. They're high temperature plasticized rubber. So they look sort of 60s era. They exit out the front of the car through the parking hole lamps. And you would say, well, that's dumb. Why did you do that? Because you're not going to have any parking lights. Well, cold air intake is a very important performance improvement. If you can get colder air into the engine, you're far better off in every possible area. You see below the parking lamp is what Toronado had as a fake black cutout. It was actually a black plastic piece that was inserted to make the bumper look like it had a slot there. It actually wasn't a slot, as you can see. It's too bad they didn't make it a slot. That would have been perfect for our cold air intake. What we're building is a light fixture, essentially a turn signal lamp, LED, that will fit in that exact position and look like the original black insert, except for when it's activated, and in which case it will flash bright yellow. So we will have our front turn signals, and we will have a cold air intake. So that's how that was solved, and I think it's a good solution. One of the things that we always like to do is show off our EngineStat when we do these videos. In this particular case, we've got the EngineStat Extreme installed, and we're going to show some of the features of the Pro Plus. So here we have the Pro Plus. You can see the screen here. One of the great things you can do with this is you can look at things like engine speed and engine vacuum, which are perfect for tuning your car, especially if you don't have a fuel injected car. You need to set idle speeds, you need to do those kinds of things, and you don't have to hook up a bunch of equipment, etc. The other thing we have, which is very important, is a set of alarms: temperature alarms, oil pressure alarms, battery voltage alarms. These things will prevent your car from basically blowing up. Instrumentation on old 60 cars are really, really bad. In fact, most have idiot lights, or they have gauges which are meaningless. If you don't have EngineStat, you are running your car unprotected. Even if you have a gauge set, ugly aftermarket gauge set that you stuck under the dash, those do not provide alarms. And alarms, your phone will essentially call you. We've had documented customers documenting their recovery from major oil failures or temperature failures only because they had the EngineStat. Alright, so that's the update on the EngineStat. We're going to start painting, as I said, soon. We'll be prepping the body. We will do the final panel alignment first. Then we will move the hood and the trunk lids. Then we will begin doing the prep and sanding and priming and all those kinds of things. we'll keep you posted with a few videos from time to time showing how the process has proceeded. And one of the things we get asked several times is, what does the Exclusively Classics shop look like? Well, we will give you a little tour here. Large entryway with 2 entryways, garage door here, and over there another garage door. And each garage is similar in construction. We'll show you one side here as we go in to the garage here in Cedar Park, which is near Austin, Texas. We have, it looks like over there, looks like a 62 Thunderbird that's in process right now. Over there is another space for car restoration, and as I said, across the hallway is an identical suite. Here we have again the 66 Toronado in process. Well, stay tuned to this YouTube channel for more updates on the EngineStat Toronado, and we're excited about seeing it painted very soon. One of the cool things we wanted to show you on the EngineStat 1966 Toronado was our cool sequential LED tail lamp. You can get these taillights for basically any car made in the 60s. We provide those. We provide generic kits that fit in the same bulbs that are existing in the car, and you simply change out the flasher, which is under the dash, and that's it. No wiring, no control boxes, no clunky extra wires to put on. It's literally just replace the bulbs you have and put in the flasher. This is pretty cool. So we wanted to show you that. As you can see, we've assembled all the parts in the rear of the car because we're getting ready to paint it, and we're doing all the body panel alignment and make sure we mark everything, scribe everything, so that when we have all the pieces painted, we can put them together without risk of damaging the car. So there you go. And here we have the other side doing the sequential. Of course, all of the lamps come on full bright simultaneously when the brake is hit, just like the original LED sequential taillights did back in the day. None of this fakey, flashy stuff when you hit the brakes. They just all plain come on, which is really cool. In fact, we will demonstrate that. Hold on, you'll see the brake lights come on.